Shout out to TLP Sports Club, baby.
BWB is hard.
Shout out BWB.
BWB, bandwagon buffs.
BWB, baby.
Shout out to bandwagon buffs. Shout out to TLP Sports, man. Let's go.
TLP Sports, man.
Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Family, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the video as soon as I drop it on YouTube. And always look right here in this corner where you can get your BWB merch and rep the most educated, well-informed, least delusional fan base in all, and I mean all, of college football. Don't buy the hype. Buy BWB. Bandwagon buffs. All right, family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video right now, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. All right, guys, so in this video, I just wanted to talk to you real quick about the relationship that Coach Prime had with Under Armour and the relationship that he now has with Nike. I did a video a while back talking about the Nike and Under Armour relationship and how that dynamic was going to work out. You can go on the channel, you can check that out, but I just wanted to give you an update. Recently, Coach Prime talked to Uncle Neely on the pregame show that talked about the Nike and Under Armour situation. So let's go ahead and go to the article and I can give you a little update and then I'll be out of your way. So this article is coming from HBCUGameDay.com. This one is by Stephen J. Gaither. Stephen starts off with saying, Deion Sanders on Under Armour Jackson State. I think we outdid Oregon. When Deion Sanders left Jackson State for Colorado last December, that also meant he was leaving Under Armour for Nike. I talked about that extensively. The relationship between Sanders and Under Armour founder chairman Kevin Plank goes back for decades, since Sanders was a youth football coach. Needless to say, it was a big change. Kevin Plank and Under Armour. Man, we've been together longer than George and Wheezy, Sanders said in a recent interview with the pregame show. Kevin Plank, I love this man so much for what he's done for me, my youth programs. That relationship culminated in a deal that literally changed the face of Jackson State University athletics back in 2020. The school had a third-party deal with Nike before Sanders and Plank teamed up for a direct deal with Under Armour. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So they weren't signed directly with Nike. They were signed through another company that had a direct relationship with Nike. So basically what that means was that somebody else was getting a little some on the side. If you sign a direct deal, there is no middleman. You don't have to answer to nobody, but the deal was established through third party. The third party speaks directly and on behalf of Jackson State to Nike. All of the meetings and anything that they had, the representative would then have to communicate with Nike and then translate that back to the university, either the AD, the athletic director, or whoever was in charge of the deal. It's kind of interesting that we get this information because it's like, why would there be a third party deal? I would like to know anybody out there who is familiar with deals that universities sign, especially if you are privy to the information either on the side of the universities or maybe you come from corporate America and you've been part of these type of deals and you understand it. I would like to hear from you. Why would there be a third party that is connected to such a deal with a university? It's an institution. Sometimes in sports, you have a situation where somebody wants to trade, but then you have to get 3 teams to work this trade. This team is going to give up something, and then that team is going to give up this, and then we all come together, and then we all get what we want in the end. Is it that Jackson State could not work out the deal based on their credibility? Is that why a third party had to step in to make that deal happen? Somebody please help me out in the comments. That is interesting that they had to use a third party to get this deal done with Nike. So basically, that's how they were operating, through a third party, until Coach Prime showed up, and Coach Prime was like, now we're going to get rid of that and we're going to go ahead and do a direct deal with Under Armour. Let's keep reading. Even with going to Jackson State and changing that whole dynamic of all the sports wearing UA stuff, and we could afford it, the multiple uniforms. I think we outdid Oregon when we was at Jackson State, Sanders said. We had several uniforms. I think we did wear the same combination twice. I don't think we did in the whole season. We may wear the same top and bottom, but not the same helmets. Deion Sanders hosted Plank at Jackson State before he left, and the school and apparel company continued to be partners even though Sanders has left the building. Colorado is a Nike school, so Mr. Plank and I talked, and we spoke business-wise as well as relationally wise. Sanders said, I had to do what I had to do. I'm ecstatic, and I'm excited about it. He said of the move to Nike. I'm glad that that bit of information is out there and is now public. I did do a video, and at that time, we were more speculating. We didn't really have insight of what was actually going on, the change, and what was actually going to be the dynamic. We know that Coach Prime was going to have to now wear Nike, so we were speculating. So now we have more insight and we have more of an explanation. Everything that we speculate on, Coach Prime is going to give it to you. Eventually, he's going to talk about it. You just have to give him some time. That's how he is. Coach Prime will always give you the information. Coach Prime is an open book. That's why he records everything. Whether they put it out now or not, later on, they're going to put it out. They have information about all of those kids leaving, certain kids saying certain things in the media. There's receipts for all of that. So we're going to get all of those receipts. The information is going to come out. I'm going to leave that right there. Hopefully this information was helpful for you. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club.